Most High God, as we come to you, we thank you guys for joining us today, as we have a special guest with us, Miss Chrissy Mitchel with us today, joining us. And it's a pleasure to have Chrissy here. I remember speaking to Chrissy maybe over a year or so ago. We were looking at, I think it was Rocky Mountains University, I believe, at that time. And we were heavy in discussions with the coach and with Chrissy and her mom, and putting things together to go to school. And as life would happen, God has a way of opening up greater doors. But Chrissy, first, let me introduce you to the viewing audience in the Caribbean region, around the world, South America, Europe, all over the world, and the social media platform. Thanks for joining us, Chrissy.
My pleasure.
Beautiful. Wonderful, Chrissy. Chrissy, you attending Southern Christian University, Chrissy. And one of the first questions I really like to ask you in terms of how was the transition, Chrissy, from Trinidad and Tobago to the US? How was that transition for you? If you could get into some details for us.
Okay, the transition was not very easy. Coming from the Caribbean, coming into like a totally different atmosphere, a competitive atmosphere, it's like a big step because we don't really have that opportunity in Trinidad. So it was like a big step for me. Honestly, one of the hardest part, obviously, is like being able to stay away from being away from my family members. That was one of the biggest steps for me.
Interesting, Chrissy. Chrissy, but I know you transfer from I believe a junior college or college to the university you're in now. Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. How was that experience, Chrissy? And how long did you spend at that junior college? And what is the name of that junior
college? Actually, it was okay. The level wasn't as expected though, but it was okay. We actually win regions with the junior college, so we made it pretty far in the group stage, and yeah.
Beautiful. And what was the experience, Chrissy, for the first time attending a college in the United States of America and making new friends, coming from playing the collegiate soccer in Trinidad? How was that experience? Making new friends and seeing new people, and you're in a brand new environment. How was that experience for you?
It was good, especially if you surround yourself with the right set of people. The experience was amazing. The level of football is completely different, and it's a really good experience.
Beautiful. And Chrissy, how are you managing? Because I know you also play with the national team. I think you may have had some experience with training with the senior team and also the under 20 and different teams. How do you make that transition, Tracy? Because I think you may have to get 2 or 3 planes to go to Trinidad, I believe.
Yeah, it's actually very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, especially being in college and being able to keep up like with schoolwork and like national football and also like college training. It's a lot, but it's worth it. You just have to work hard and keep focused.
Beautiful, Chrissy. And the level, Chrissy, the level of soccer versus you playing in the S.A.S.S.A in Trinidad and playing now at a D1 school or a D2 school. What is the experience, Chrissy, in terms of the let's say the pace of the game versus in the Caribbean, because we are more laid back playing soccer. We are not aggressive people playing soccer. How is the game speed, Chrissy, and how did you adjust yourself to that? I know you take no prisoners when you're playing. Haven't seen you play many times, but how is the pace of the game differ from the Caribbean?
Actually, the pace of the game is like completely different. In America, they focus a lot on running. Like fitness is a big impact on the game they play out here. And in Trinidad, there's more like a relaxed type football, but across here, you actually have to earn your spot. So you have to be like, the physical aspect is like a must.
Interesting, interesting, Chrissy. How you balance your school books, your studies, being away from your family, playing soccer, you're in a brand new environment. How are you coping with that, Chrissy? I know there's WhatsApp and there's a lot of social media sites. I know every now and again I text your mom and that kind of stuff. But how are you coping, Chrissy, making that transition across? How are you coping with it?
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's very difficult. It's always been me and my mom. So like being away from her was like a big transition as well. And also coping with my schoolwork and soccer, I'm not gonna say it's hard, but it's overloading at times because you have to have a good GPA to be able to play in the league. So my mom helped me a lot. I know she watching. Yeah, she helps a lot with like keeping up with my schoolwork and stuff. So shout out to you, mom.
That's good. That's good, Chrissy. That's good, Chrissy, in terms of making that transition. I know, and I really want to take you back to Trinidad in terms of, because I really want to get into that part of it, Chrissy, in terms of the level of soccer in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean region, specifically for female soccer players. And now you in the United States, and you would see a different level of how the females play soccer in the United States in terms of your age bracket. What would you say is different? What would you say is similar? What are some of the things that you think we can do in the Caribbean region to adjust our game, knowing that we are all in the same, let's say, CONCACAF region, because you have to come up against the US and some of the kids you play from all over the world too?
Okay, in Trinidad, we have a lot of talent, but lack of opportunity and the lack of chances. So female players have a tendency of giving up at a certain level because they are not seeing the opportunity. That's really bad because like being in the United States, you see the opportunity that is given. And like we have a lot of talent in Trinidad. So for all the young ladies that watching, don't ever think like you can't be in a better position because most of the time that is where the interest of the sport is being lost. It's because you're not seeing the opportunity. But don't lose faith, hold on and make the right choices. Don't give up because it have opportunities.
That's good. That's good to give the young ladies throughout the Caribbean region some sort of encouragement. Because there's one thing I usually see on my show and when I speak to kids all over the world is that there's no lack of opportunities, there's just lack of people prepared to really take up those opportunities and to be disciplined enough to get yourself in a particular mindset and work towards what you want, believing that that opportunity would come your way. And why is we talking about that, Chrissy? I would like to find out from you. I know I spoke to you when we were working on getting a school before you went to this particular school. And, what was going through your mind, knowing that, okay, you are in gear now, you're chatting with coaches, you're getting the relevant information from schools. What was going through your mind? If you would take us back, what was going through your mind? Because I know there's a number of things would be going through your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be leaving my family and going to a new place, how I'm going to settle down here. What are some of the challenges too that you faced when you were going through that process, when we were having discussions about about a year and a half or a year ago?
The main challenge I had was like being mentally prepared, like being willing and encouraged to like take this step, like knowing the sacrifices that have to come with it, knowing there's a certain standard I have to be at, knowing that not is just not about soccer, it's about education as well. So it's like my big challenge was my mindset going into.
Hmm. Interesting, Chrissy. And we're gonna stay in we're gonna stay right there, Chrissy, because I want to ride that horse right there because this is something I've been trying to get through to a lot of student athletes that I've been really, having conversations with them and their parents, getting them, mentally and psychologically, spiritually ready, financially ready to be able to settle down in America, to have the right, thought patterns, to have the right thinking, because there's so much things, as you know, Chrissy, could distract you getting here in the United States. How are you coping with that?
Actually, you can't forget your purpose, like as a soccer player, you have to remember that, okay, this is the job, this is the mission, and you have to complete it. You have to make the sacrifice. So it's like staying focused and staying on the right path because a lot of distraction is going to come your way. So you just have to stay like extremely focused.
Beautiful. And you may find yourself up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning with your studies. You may find yourself while traveling to a game in the bus doing your homework because you have your papers to hand in at a particular time. And you got to keep that grade point average going, yes?
Yes, you do. You do. And you have to get it done. It's not like, okay, you just came across the play soccer. It's also your education and it's also a certain GPA. You have to be able to play.
Beautiful, Chrissy. That is good. What about the opposition? You came up against a number of different colleges, universities with different styles. And I know in your school there may be a lot of kids from different parts of the world. How did you handle those different styles? I know you have a good you come from good pedigree in terms of playing with the national team and playing a lot of international soccer. How would you say differ with the national team and against some of the CONCACAF teams you playing, and then playing in the United States where you have kids from all over the world playing against them? Well, how would you say that? Is it similar? Is it different? What is the experience like?
It's like totally different because you're meeting like new people. It was my first time playing like at college level. So it's like, it's very competitive, very competitive. It's very different. It's very tough. It's just like you have to hold your composure and like just do your part.